The run to a national title continues for the Highland Community College women's basketball team as they continue to set forth in the NJCAA Division II National Tournament in Harrison, Arkansas. Into the Final Four the Scotties go. That's after, of course, picking up 2 victories already in the national tournament. They now faced one of their toughest opponents of the year. They take on the second-ranked team in the country and the 2 seed in the tournament in Kirkwood. The Eagles sit with a 33-3 record, but of course the Scotties sit at 34-0 on the season. Highland dispatched Macomb in the opening round 75-53, took care of Cape Fear in the quarterfinals 77-59 to get to the Final Four, while Kirkwood earned a first-round victory over Gogobek 95-56, and in the quarterfinals beat the host North Arkansas 65-61. It sets up to be a defensive battle, perhaps, between both teams. Both teams held their opponents under 50 points per game this season. Could see a defensive struggle between the two. Of course, the Scotties, predicated on defense, have continued their trend of forcing turnovers in the first 2 national tournament games. They forced 31.1 turnovers per game this season, which is tops in the country and the only team in the country in the NJCAA Division II level that forced over 30 turnovers upon their opponents. But you flip it over to Kirkwood, they're one of the highest-ranked teams in the country in defensive field goal percentage, as is the Scotties on the year, and they continue to hold down their teams, utilizing their length and presence on the floor on the defensive side of the ball. For the Scotties, they enter the action averaging 99.3 points per game and have been able to put up a multitude of points all throughout the course of the season. Kirkwood averaging only 73.7 points per game. But as I mentioned, both teams are focused on the defensive side of the ball. Kirkwood does come in with plenty of experience as well. 18 appearances in the national tournament, and they are the defending national tournament champions with a 38-0 record last year, 33-3 this season. Scotties back in the national tournament for the first time since 2014. And back in the Final Four like they were back in that season where they finished national runner-up. This year, they look to punctuate their spot into the championship game with a win against Kirkwood and then perhaps go one step further and get that national title. Diving into the contest, not only a battle of top 3 teams in the country, but 2 of the best teams overall at the women's level in the NJCAA Division II here this year. Both teams balanced scoring overall on this season, and both teams do have a comparable opponent thus far this year. Highland, if you remember, played Gogobek earlier on this season and earned a pair of victories over Gogobek, winning 137-55 and 119-62 over Gogobek, while Kirkwood dispatching Gogobek in the opening round 95-56 for a comparable opponent between the two. But they won't worry about their previous opponents. They worry about each other tonight. And the Scotties have the focus on the Kirkwood Eagles. Shoot around in the books, and they're ready to roll. The Lady Scotties are to look for win number 35 of the season. Catch all the action on 103.9 KNZA and NJCAA television here for tonight's matchup as Highland Community College set to take on Kirkwood in the semifinals in the Final Four of the NJCAA Division II National Tournament. Tip-off time of 6 o'clock.